For the second year in a row, the state is declining a federal summer meal program. Tips for supporting kids as they begin a new school year, and details on hiring events for developmental disability services case managers. This is the KGOU PM News Brief for Thursday, August 15th. I'm Deborah Ashar. The state of Oklahoma is opting out of next year's federal school summer feeding program. KGOU's Nick Daniels reports.
Governor Kevin Stitt says Oklahoma will not be participating in the so-called Sun Bucks program. The program gives families $120 per eligible child to help buy food during the summer. But Stitt said the state is fully capable of serving its children and students without relying on what he called a federal handout. The governor also added that Oklahomans will soon have more money in their pockets due to his signing of a bill that cuts the state tax on groceries. Stitt also encouraged residents to take advantage of the regional food bank's summer feeding program. However, the food bank in a statement expressed disappointment in the governor's decision to decline the federal assistance. This marks the second consecutive year Oklahoma has turned away federal aid for summer student meals. I'm Nick Daniels.
At least 26 Republican lawmakers have signed a petition calling for a committee to investigate State Superintendent Ryan Walters. More Representative Mark McBride authored the letter that's being circulated, but he expressed doubts to KGOU-TV about whether his letter will meet the 51 signature threshold set by House Speaker Charles McCall.
I don't know that 51 is obtainable, but I think at 26, that gets concerning to me if I was in his shoes. I think it's very convenient if you don't want to address something that you put the threshold so far out there that you can't get it.
McBride said he will continue to keep collecting more signatures. Even if the letter gets the 51 signatures needed, there's no guarantee that Speaker McCall will form the committee. This week, students across Oklahoma are shouldering their backpacks and a lot of new responsibilities for the start of a new school year. Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Sierra Pfeiffer talked to an OSU child psychologist for recommendations on how to make a smooth transition.
Sarah Coffey says parents should pay special attention to their children's mental health needs as the summer comes to an end.
Recognizing that when kids go back to school, it can be a heavy mental load. And so they might be a little exhausted the first few days or even first couple of weeks when they come home.
Coffey is an expert in childhood trauma and emotional wellness in schools. She says an important part of a parent's role is helping their child navigate comfort versus capacity. Coffey also says it can be difficult to get connected to mental health specialists, so she urges parents to rely on their primary care providers for support. If something seems off with your child's mental health, she says, start by bringing it up to the doctor they normally see. In Oklahoma City, I'm Sierra Pfeiffer.
To see more of Dr. Coffey's recommendations about how to best support students as they go back to school, visit kgou.org. The Oklahoma Department of Human Services is hiring more case managers to help people with disabilities to connect with state support services. And as State Capitol reporter Lionel Ramos reports, while anyone qualified is welcome to apply, the agency especially needs more case managers who speak Spanish.
As the Developmental Disabilities Services Division of the state DHS chips away at a 13-year wait list for its services, the agency is working to hire more case managers to help Oklahomans with disabilities connect with state support programs. The agency is especially interested in hiring case managers who can help serve the increased number of Spanish-speaking Oklahomans applying for services across the state. The agency is hosting 2 in-person hiring events in late August. One will be at the Workforce Community Hope Center in Oklahoma City, and the other at the Human Services Department office building in Tulsa. In Oklahoma City, I'm Lionel Ramos.
You can find more Oklahoma news on our website, kgou.org, and on the KGOU AM NewsBrief podcast. I'm Deborah Ashar.
New from the Embedded podcast. Female athletes have always needed grit and talent. But for decades, they've also needed a certificate.
There was chit-chat about, is that really a woman?
And even now, they're still being checked and questioned. Their story is the newest series from CBC and NPR's Embedded. It's called Tested. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.